Hello guys, this is Sir Mars and you are watching Lectures ni Sir Mars. So sa video na ito, ang ating topic ay tungkol sa pagkuha ng resultant force in the concurrent coplanar force system. So ibig sabihin nito guys, no, since we are talking already about non-coplanar force system, ibig sabihin ay 3-dimensional na yung ating mga problems. Okay? So let us begin. Okay, so yung pag-usapan muna natin is yung right-handed coordinate system. Okay, so take note that we will be using here the right-handed coordinate system. So, a rectangular coordinate system is said to be right-handed if the thumb of the right hand points in the direction of the positive z-axis when the right hand fingers are called about this axis and directed up from the positive x towards the positive y-axis. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin guys na right-handed coordinate system, ibig sabihin yung kapag nilagay natin yung ating right hand in that position, naka-curl yung ating four na fingers, tapos yung thumb natin ay nakaturo, no? So, yung thumb natin ay tuturo natin siya sa z-axis, tapos yung apat will be curled about the z-axis. And take note, magpo-point siya, magda-direct siya from the x towards the y-axis. Ibig sabihin, yung ating x, y, at saka z-axis are arranged in that manner. Okay? So, ganyan lagi guys yung ating gagawin, no, sa lahat ng problems dito sa videos natin. So, dito tayo guys sa rectangular components of a vector. So, since yung ating vector dito ay 3-dimensional na, ibig sabihin, we have 3 components ng ating vector. So, a vector A, in this figure, has 3 rectangular components. They are the a sub x, then the a sub y, and the a sub z. So these are our rectangular components of the vector A. Next is we have Cartesian unit vectors. So kung dun sa napag-usapan natin in the past, dalawa lamang yung ating Cartesian unit vectors, yung I at saka j. Dito, since 3-dimensional na nga yung ating mga vectors, meron tayong tatlong unit vectors. Yung I is the unit vector para sa x-axis, yung j is the unit vector para sa y-axis, and yung k is the unit vector para sa z-axis. So, nandito na tayo guys sa Cartesian vector representation. So, since yung ating vector dito ay nasa 3-dimensional na coordinate system, then we will represent it using the Cartesian vector notation. So, in this figure, since the 3 components of A act in the positive I, j, and k directions, then we will represent it into this form, that is A is equals to A sub x, I plus A sub y, j plus A sub z, k. So yung A sub x, A sub y, at saka A sub z dito are the rectangular components of our vector A. So kapag na-represent na guys natin yung ating vector into this form, then we can now get the magnitude of our Cartesian vector. So the magnitude of A is equal to the positive square root of the sum of the squares of its components. So ito lang yung ating gagawin. So parang katulad lamang ito nung sa coplanar na force system. So the magnitude of A is equals to square root of A sub x squared plus A sub y squared plus A sub z squared. And then, take note na sometimes, tinatanong din dito yung direction. Okay, so, doon sa coplanar, madali lang isagot yung direction because that is always the angle of the resultant with respect to the x-axis. So, dito, yung tinatanong usually is the coordinate direction angles. So, ang tinatanong dito is yung mga angles na nakikita natin dito sa ating figure, yung alpha, yung beta, and yung gamma. So, the direction of A by the coordinate direction angles alpha, beta, and gamma measured between the tail of A and the positive XYZ axis provided they are located at the tail of A. Okay? So, ayun na nga guys, no? So, again, yung ating direction angles are alpha, beta, and gamma. Take note that the cosine of alpha is equals to A sub x over A. Okay? So, we are talking about the magnitude ng A sub x and the magnitude of A here, no? Tapos, cosine beta is the magnitude of AY divided by the magnitude of A. And then, cosine gamma is A sub z over A. Okay? So, take note that these numbers are known as the direction cosines of A. Ibig sabihin na to guys, that the A sub x over A sub y over A, and A sub z over A are the direction cosines. Okay, so kapag tinanong kayo guys kung ano yung mga direction cosines na value, ibig sabihin yun yung value ng cosine alpha, cosine beta at saka cosine gamma. Okay? Each of these angles will be between 0 degree and 180 degree. So, ayun. So, yung ating guys value ng alpha, beta, at saka gamma will range from 0 hanggang 180 degrees. So, take note that these angles are measured between the positive na x, y, z axis papuntang ating vector or vector force. So, ayun. So, dito tayo guys sa unit vector or the u sub a. Okay? So, magagamit natin itong unit vector na ito in some cases of our problems. So, ayun na nga guys, no? So, madali lang naman i-compute yung unit vector. That is, yung vector a divided by the magnitude a. So, nilagay ko dito as orange yung vector tapos yung magnitude is white, no? Para klaro sa atin yung mga formula na may vector at saka may magnitude. Okay? So, ayun na nga guys, no? So, kapag kaganyan, all we need to do is pag ganito, so we will divide the vector a divided by the magnitude. So, ganito siya ma-represent, no? So, yung ating unit vector a is equals to a sub x divided by the magnitude a, I, plus a sub y over the magnitude a, j, plus a sub z over the magnitude a, k. So, again, yung mga white dito are all mga scalar na mga quantities, mga magnitude na ito. And yung mga orange are mga vector. Okay? So, ayun. So, take note, ang mangyayari na ito kapag sinimplify natin, since a sub x over a nga is cosine alpha, a sub y over a is cosine beta, and a sub z over a is cosine gamma, then ilalagay natin siya into this form. The unit vector a is equals to cosine alpha I plus cosine beta j plus cosine gamma k. So, ibig sabihin pala, yung mga coefficients natin dito sa unit vector A are the direction cosines. Take note guys, no, magagamit din natin itong property na ito. Take note of this. The cosine alpha squared plus cosine beta squared plus cosine gamma squared is equals to 1. Ayun, so isa pang gamit guys ng unit vector is kapag gusto nating makuha yung vector form ng ating force or ganito lang yung ating gagawin na formula. So, that is the vector A is equals to the magnitude A multiplied by the unit vector A. So, kapag kami multiply natin yung unit vector A sa ating magnitude, magiging ganito siya na form. And therefore, babalik lang din siya sa ating Cartesian vector representation ng ating vector or force. Okay, so sometimes, yung ating vector is also described in another na angle or direction. So, ang tawag natin dito is the transverse and the azimuth angle. Okay? So, sometimes the direction of A can be specified using two angles, namely a transverse angle na theta, okay? And an azimuth angle na phi. Okay? So, kung napapansin natin guys sa ating figure na nandito, so we have here a vector A. Okay? So, yung phi natin dito is the angle between the vector and the positive z-axis. So, ito na yung ating phi. So, that is the azimuth angle. Tapos, kapag kinuha natin guys, yung component ni A in this plane, sa may xy plane, ang tawag natin dyan ay A prime. And that component, yung angle niya with respect to the x-axis, that is our transverse angle, which is theta. Kailangan nyo lamang tandaan kung nasan yung location ng ating azimuth angle na phi and yung transverse angle na theta. Okay, so isa dapat natin mga tandaan guys, no, is that yung phi is between the magnitude ng A at saka ng A sub z. So, ibig sabihin, A sub z is equals to A cosine of phi. Kailangan din natin tandaan ito guys, no, that the A prime is equals to A sine phi. Kasi makakabuo tayo dito ng right triangle. Okay? So, ito yung ating right triangle na yun. I hope na intindihan nyo guys. No? Itong side na to will be equal to A prime. So, bale A prime is equals to A sine phi. Okay? So, pwede nyo tandaan yan guys. So, ibig sabihin guys, pwede natin ma-simplify yung ating vector A into this form. Okay? So, actually, pwede lamang itong ma-derive. Sige nga, i-try natin guys, i-derive itong Cartesian vector form na ito. Okay, so sige nga guys, no, so i-try natin i-derive itong ating Cartesian vector representation. So again, yung ating form is A is equals to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. Okay, so ang nangyari dito guys, ito yung ating AX. Okay, so ito yung ating AX and bale, ibig sabihin guys, no, AX is equals to A prime cosine of theta. Okay, so take note guys na yung A prime natin is A sine phi. So, ibig sabihin A sine phi, ito pa lamang yung A prime then multiplied by cosine theta. So, substitute natin dito, no? So, AX natin is A sine of phi, then cosine of theta, then I. Plus, okay, AY naman tayo. So, ito yung ating AY. So, tama bang sabihin guys that AY natin is equals to A prime sine of theta. So, again, yung ating A prime ay A sine of phi. So, ito na nga yung ating A prime, then sine of theta. So, plus, AY natin nga is A sine of phi, sine of theta, then J. Then, plus, A sub Z naman tayo. So, A sub Z natin is A cosine phi lang. So, A cosine of phi, then K. So, ayun. So, ito na nga guys yung ating hinahanap na derivation nitong ating form na ito. Okay? So, ayun. So, that's it. I hope naintindihan nyo guys. So, take note guys no na hindi nyo kailangang i-memorize ito. You just have to familiarize kung nasaan yung ating transverse angle and azimuth angle. Kasi ang hirap nito kapag kami ni-memorize, no? Okay, so dito tayo ngayon sa force resultant of concurrent non-coplanar forces. So, for example, meron tayong 2 or more na concurrent non-coplanar forces. So, sa problem natin na nandito, meron tayong vector A, tapos we have vector B, okay? And gusto natin makuha yung ating resultant. So, ang gagawin lamang natin is ito. The force resultant is the vector sum of all the forces in the system. So, in other words, para makuha natin si force resultant, that is summation of forces lamang, is equals to A plus B. We are talking about the vector ha, kaya nga naka-orange itong ating color. Okay? So, vector A plus vector B. So, vector sum lamang yung ating resultant. Parang katulad lamang na ginawa natin in the past videos. So, ibig sabihin, in this Cartesian vector notation, magiging summation of forces xi plus summation of forces yj and plus summation of forces zk. So, yun na guys, no? So, kapag nakuha natin guys yung ating resultant, edi makakuha na din natin yung kanyang magnitude and makakuha na din natin yung ating mga direction cosines and yung ating mga direction angles. Okay? So, let us now solve a problem para mas maintindihan natin itong ating topic. Okay? So, isolve natin guys itong ating example problem number 1. So, for the 100-pound force shown in the figure, so we have here a force F na 100 pounds. All we need to do is express the force F as a Cartesian vector. And number 2, compute the coordinate direction angles. Okay, so let us solve this problem. So, yung unang tanong natin guys, no, is we have to express the force F as a Cartesian vector. Okay, so take note, yung ating given guys ng mga angle dito is yung 60 degrees at saka 45 degrees. Okay, so take note lamang, no, klaro lang, para klaro tayo guys, no, kasi baka sabihin ninyo na yung 60 degrees at saka yung 45 degrees are the azimuth and transverse na angle. So, yung 60 degrees dito is not the azimuth angle. Kasi take note that the azimuth angle natin, kung i-review natin dito, is that is yung ating angle ng ating vector with respect to the z-axis. So, ang nangyari kasi dito, hindi naman siya with respect to the z-axis, kundi with respect to the xy plane yung 60 degrees. So, hindi ito yung azimuth, pero itong 45 degrees, this is the transverse angle. Okay? So, ayun. So, take note that we will just represent this angle into the form na F is equals to F sub xi plus F sub yj plus F sub zk. So, kailangan lamang natin siyang i-represent into that form yung ating force. Yun yung tanong sa number 1. Okay? So, una natin makakuha of course is kunin muna natin si F sub z. So, yung ating F sub z is kapag gumawa tayo guys ng parallel line sa xy plane, ito yung ating F sub z. Okay? So, F sub z natin, makukuha natin siya, that is equal to 100 then sine of 60. Okay? So, kasi itong F sub z na to, itong line na to is equal to this line. So, ibig sabihin, we can use the right triangle for this kasi right angle man tong angle na yan. So, 100 sine of 60. Ito yung 100 kasi guys, itong naka-incline, that is 100. So, hypotenuse yan ng ating right triangle. So, 100 sine 60. So, this is equal to 86.60 pounds. Okay? Next is, kunin naman natin guys, itong horizontal na to, ito. So, tawagin natin to as F prime. So, makukuha natin si F prime, that is F prime is equals to 100 cosine of 60 degrees. The 100 cosine 60 degrees is 50.00 pounds. So, kapag nakuha na natin guys si F prime, edi makukuha na natin si F sub x. Okay? So, yung ating F sub x ay eto. Okay, so para klaro tayo guys. So that is our f sub x. So f sub x is equals to f prime then cosine of 45. I hope nagkakaintindihan tayo guys, no? So this is 35.36 pounds. Next is the f sub y. Kunin natin si f sub y guys. So yung ating f sub y is ito, no? So itong component na yan is yung ating f sub y. Kasi kung gagawa tayo ng parallelogram, no, ito yung kanyang f sub y nandito. So itong length na to will be equal to this length. So ayun. So f sub y natin is equals to f prime sine of 45 degrees. And this is equal to 35.36 pounds din. Tingnan muna natin guys, no, kasi baka may mga negative tayo dito na components, maglagay tayo ng sign. So f sub c natin, since upward siya, it is positive. F sub x, wag na natin pansinin si f prime, no, kasi ginamit naman natin si f prime para makuha si f sub x at saka si f sub y. So f sub x natin is towards the positive x axis, so positive din to. Pero yung ating f sub y is, take note, nasa negative na y-axis. So, this is negative. Okay? So, ngayon, alam na natin yung ating mga sign. So, again, ito yung ating f sub z, f sub x, at saka f sub y. We can now get the Cartesian vector form of our force f. So, f is equals to, f sub x natin is positive, 35.36, then I. F sub y naman, negative 35.36. So, minus 35.36J. Then sa K naman, so that will be plus 86.60 and then K. Okay? So our unit here is in pounds. So ito na guys yung ating sagot para sa number 1. Okay? So again, yung tinatanong kasi sa number 1, we will have to express the force F as a Cartesian vector. Okay, so ipagpatuloy natin guys yung pag-solve nitong problem na to sa next na video. See you in the next video. Bye-bye!